Hello, welcome to September's Neighborhood Market Update. My name is Maxa with the Gentle Homes Group and Realtor at Keller Williams Realty Cold Springs. I hope you're here because you got my postcard in the mail and you're following the note that said you can check out this video to get much more information than I could put on that postcard. So let's get to it. First thing I want to do is really just look at the area that this postcard applies to. And I like to call this area between the canals because it's surrounded by canals, mostly surrounded by canals on every side. We're going to start with the C14 canal here on the side here, and we're just going to go up 66 in the middle, across Atlantic. I live right here on 66. And speaking of the canals, I'm usually out here on my canoe several times a week on the canal. It's a green canoe, and I'm usually wearing a hat, so if you wave at me, I promise to wave back if I see you. So we're gonna go Margate Boulevard, and from Margate Boulevard, we're gonna go straight up to Northwest 18th Street, ending at Northwest 19th Court, just a little bit south of Royal Palm. This area contains some of Paradise Gardens, some of the faces of Paradise Gardens, the 55 and over community. It has a few townhomes, but mostly this area is single family homes, 3-2s, 2-2s, and so forth. Now that we have the area, let us look at the data. So for the month of September, we had 11 properties that sold in the area, with the highest being 435 and the lowest at 200,000. So we said 11 properties sold, which is 83% above last year. Same time last year, only 6 properties sold. Looking at the price, median sales price was 392, which is 21% above last year, which was 322. Average sales price is 345, which is 14% above last year of 301. The dollar volume, the amount that sold is 3.9 million, which is 115% above last year's of 1.8. And I know we sold double the homes, but if we just look at the lowest 6 that sold, here we are at 1.84, which exceeds last year. We're at an average of 307, which also exceeds last year's average. And when I checked the median, it was 324. So of course the houses are selling for more now. The next thing we want to look at is really the percent of asking price that the seller got. So one thing you might notice that it says up here is less seller contributions. So a seller contribution is when a seller may allow the price to be 10K more, knowing that the 10K is going to the buyer. So that's called a seller's contribution. So whenever the MLS data provides that, I like to subtract it so we get a good view, a good idea of what the seller's truly getting. So we're subtracting those values, and you can see that one seller got 107, and the lowest was 91, the second lowest was 94. But when we subtract these two lowest, all the sellers got over 97% of asking price, and 4 got asking price or higher, with 1 all the way up to 107. The next thing we want to look at is really days on market. But before we see that, let's compare the percent of original price received from last year. It's up 2.4%. We're getting 98% of asking price compared to 96 last year, which is a 2.4% increase. So the next thing we want to look at is days on market. How long are the houses are staying before they go under contract? So days on market is really just going under contract, because after you go under contract, it could take much more time to just get everything else resolved to get to close. So days on market is really how long are the houses sitting before they get an offer that the seller likes and that they go under contract. So there's one house that had been sitting around for 87 days. But when we take out that house, we had the lowest was just a 1 day, a cash offer. And then the second lowest was 3 days on FHA. But ignoring that one, if we look at all the others, the average is 10.8 days. So on average, the houses are sitting less than 2 weeks. And when we look here at the median says it is 14 days. 16 houses were pending sales or under contract in the neighborhood, and there was 5 new listings in the neighborhood with a inventory at six houses. Now, getting into this months of supplies, I did do another video to explain inventory and months of supply. So if you check the description, you'll see it there, because month over month we'll mention this, and I want to make sure you get a good understanding of what we mean by months of inventory and the type of market. For the past 6 months, the houses have been selling at an average of 8.5 houses per month. 6 divided by 8.5 says there's less than a month of inventory left. What we mean by a month of inventory is that if no new houses came on the market, it would take less than a month to sell the 6 houses that are currently for sale in the neighborhood. Less than 3 to 4 weeks is considered the seller's market. So as you can see in the neighborhood, we are still in a very strong seller's market, and that is supported by the percent of listing. We're seeing that most sellers are getting 97 or above asking. I mean, we're at 98% of urgent listing price, and that the days on market is 14. So that is supporting that we are still pretty much in a strong seller's market in the neighborhood. I hope that this information was useful to you, and that if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. It'll be my pleasure to help you answer any other additional questions you may have, and also to help you with all your real estate needs. So until next month, take care and enjoy.